Hello, these are my audience. My name is Robbie Buratoki, and today I'm going to give a persuasive speech about a goodness of GMO. 70s and 80s was all about computer. Nobody had imagined the possibility of small electronic device revolutionizing every aspect of our life. No matter where you go, you will see a computer in everyday object we use. Fast forward to 2016 and scientists have taken humanity to a whole new level by being able to edit and modify our genomes, specifically our DNA, which holds all the properties of an organism including plants, animals, humans, and even bacteria and viruses. If you could only understand the power of gene editing, then you will be able to understand that the science fiction you had always seen in movies and imagined in cartoon is just a couple of years ahead. Cure to all of the disease including HIV, cancer, and almost all of the disease can be achieved, and this deadly disease will be completely eradicated from the planet Earth. Just imagine people living thousands of years with no disease. All those times we can spend with our loved ones. We can even stop the war for forever, because all of the war the humanity have fought is for energy and resources. But there have been a debate since 80s when scientists were merely able to manipulate the DNA using radioactive gamma rays by hit and trial method, and yes, those methods were harmful and unsafe and could lead to catastrophic results. But the new CRISPR-Cas9 technology is 99.9% precise with only 0.1% chance of things going wrong. Explains the nature by technological energy. It's worth taking the 0.1% risk considering the present day we live in, with alarming increase in global temperature, increasing antibiotic resistant bacteria, increasing global food shortage, increase in virus infection, and increasing autism diseases in mankind such as PTSD. And gene editing has the key to the solution of all the problems mankind is facing in present day. Speaking of history, in 1968, Rogers and Forders demonstrated a proof of concept for virus-mediated gene transfer for the first time. After that, scientific community carried out various experiments, and in 2009, genome targeting abilities of TAL effectors was published. Talent allowed for a larger window of potential target sites, and simply method of building TAL effector arrays was introduced in 2011. As a result of this method and overall potential, Talent was named Method of the Year 2011 by the journal Nature Methods. In 2012, clustered regulatory interspaced short pediatric repeaters, or CRISPR was demonstrated as a new genome editing tool. CRISPR was discovered accidentally when researchers were studying bacterial defense mechanism. Bacteria have the ability to open and alter the genome of invading viruses with a nucleus called Cas9, inactivating them in the process. As a result of this, entry barrier to genome editing has been lowered significantly, allowing for more users and more innovations, and are highly precise. We should limit the use of gene editing technology benefiting mankind and environment. Since CRISPR and other genome editing technology can be used between any two species, for example potato and pig, it is ethically wrong, and unless there is a valid reason, such type of practice should be banned. Salamander has long been known to regrow their body parts after they accidentally lose it. We can use the genome of a salamander and fuse with human DNA, and anybody will be able to grow their limbs if they lose it in an accident. CRISPR specifically is very easy and requires very less resources and can be done by anybody with simple knowledge in a laboratory. Due to its simplicity, government should create a law limiting individuals other than professional scientists to carry out experiment. During the infancy of this genome editing technology, government should strictly observe and follow all the experiments and only allow those experiments that will help mankind and environment, for example curing disease and decreasing global warming. All the GMO products should be strictly labeled in order to protect consumer rights. This has not been the case since recently Congress has passed a law which will allow the food producing companies the right to disclose GMO labeling only on QR codes, which is often hard to interpret By strictly implementing rules and regulations to this technology, we can significantly reduce the negative effect of genome editing. Possibility of benefits from this technology. The possibility of CRISPR-Cas9 and other future genome editing techniques are limitless. From eradicating all of the diseases to even alter the genome of some plants to protect environment. Few examples are disease control. Scientist Flaminia clatoricea has been able to delete mosquito genes responsible for hosting the malaria parasite. It may be now possible to eradicate malaria completely. It is also possible to use the precision of CRISPR to locate the cancer cells within the body and attacks only the cancer cells, curing the patients within few weeks. Laboratory mouse affected with HIV has been treated with similar technology, killing 70% of all the HIV virus that hides deep within the cells in just few weeks and 100% after the second trial. Genome editing also has greater environmental benefit. In Bangladesh, all of the eggplant were affected by certain persistent pests which kill all of their plants, and farmers had to heavily rely on pesticides, which is economically expensive and destroys environment by killing all other friendly insects like bees. The introduction of GMO plant GMO eggplant which the pest had no effect, saved a lot of money in pesticides, and farmer also got less sick and saved environment. The major benefit of GMO plant is that it can eliminate the use of pesticide, which will help in conserving the almost extinct bees. And without bees, 70% of our plants will also go extinct because there will be no one to cross-pollinate the plants. The GMO plants yields more fruit in a small plant, eliminating the requirement of large agricultural fields and helps eradicate deforestation, which is also a major role in global warming. Today, we looked in the history of genetic modification and this benefit. In present day, GMO has become a hot topic in agriculture sector and food producer because people fear it will damage their health. But over 30 years of research, scientists have found that GMO food are as risky as the organic counterparts, which means it has no negative health effects. So it has no negative health effects. The poison that resides inside the GMO food are strictly designed to affect pests and virus, which has no effect on humans. As poison is just a matter of perspective, humans love coffees and chocolate so much that the same coffee and chocolate are poison for other species like dog and insects. The main opposition group in GMO are the big pesticides and seed producing companies because the global introduction of GMO plants will heavily decrease the profit of these big companies. There is still some threat in this technology due to creation of unwanted and dangerous species due to reckless experiment, which can be effectively controlled by properly implementing new rules and regulation by government. As the technology is accepted widely, there will be more research and advancement which will effectively eliminate the risk factor associated with GMOs. So by spreading the knowledge and understanding the risks and benefit, we can surely do greater good for humanity. Thank you.